If you love almonds,
Almonds? Yeah.
really love almonds,
I do.
I do.
I do.
you'll love the Mars Almond Bar. So many almonds, you get an almond in every bite.
An almond in every bite. Right. Yeah.
Plus real milk chocolate. So get an almond in every bite. Mars Almond Bar. And now Mars Sprint Bar and Mars Crunchy Chocolate Bar. The best chocolate on Earth comes from Mars.
In some ways, I'm old-fashioned and sentimental. I save love letters, and I press flowers in books. But I do like the modern way to have prettier hair. That's why I like Nice and Easy. It's got built-in conditioners, and the color looks so honest. It lets me be me. I guess that's why Nice and Easy is the world's best-selling hair color.
Now, here is a corn lover, and there's nothing more gratifying to a corn lover than to know that her mother has given her delicious Del Monte family-style corn. More people eat it than any other corn like it. This is a special strain developed to be sweet and tender. And when a corn lover is eating Del Monte corn, she probably doesn't need to hear me talking about how good it is, right? Well, then I'm just going to go into the living room and talk about corn to the sofa.
Nothing's too good for Daddy and me. Mom brings Del Monte home.
Purina Puppy Chow helps little puppies grow into big puppies. But then its job is only half done, because even after he looks full grown on the outside, inside his muscles are still forming and his bones are still growing for about a full year. That's why he needs a full year of the extra nutrition in Puppy Chow. Puppy Chow for a full year, till he's full grown.
Decision 88, election update. Here is Tom Brokaw, NBC News.
Good evening. Senator Bob Dole wins a doubleheader tonight in South Dakota and in Minnesota. Let us show you our projections now in those Midwestern states. Dole is our projected winner in South Dakota, and a very impressive showing tonight in Minnesota as well for Senator Bob Dole. And look what else happened in Minnesota. Pat Robertson, our projected runner-up, beating out Vice President George Bush. On the Democratic side, in South Dakota, Missouri Congressman Richard Gephardt, our projected winner over Massachusetts Governor Michael Dukakis. The vote now in South Dakota. As you can see, more than half of the vote has been counted. A very significant victory tonight for Richard Gephardt. It is his second Midwestern win. He won in Iowa, of course. Michael Dukakis spent a lot of money in South Dakota and was well organized but fell off the pace in the closing hours of the campaign. And Al Gore, who is trying to demonstrate that he's a national candidate, not just a regional candidate, gets only 8% of the vote. On the Republican side, Bob Dole, the winner in South Dakota, and another close race for second place between Robertson and Bush. If Robertson beats Bush here, it will be the third time that he has defeated the sitting vice president in the rural Midwest. So that would not be a good night for Vice President George Bush. We'll have a complete wrap-up on all of this tonight, including interviews with Gephardt and Dukakis at 11:30, 10:30 Central Time. For now, I'm Tom Brokaw, NBC News, New York.
Come on, you guys. The sun's already up. It's going to be a golden day.
Let's eat.
Oh, those golden grahams. Oh, those golden grahams. Crispy, crunchy graham cereal, family breakfast treat. Oh, those golden grahams. Oh, those golden grahams. Golden honey, just a touch with Graham's golden wheat.
It's a great tasting part of a complete breakfast for the whole family.
Try those golden grahams and have a golden day.
After you take away the bread, cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, and mayonnaise, what have you got? Well, with Oscar Mayer Bologna, you've got meat, and lots of it. Cuts from the beef brisket, chuck, round, and flank. Cuts of pork side and shoulder, never cereal or filler. Oscar Mayer Bologna. The beginning of a beautiful sandwich.
When can I pick up the pictures?
Thursday.
Thursday, okay, let me make a note of that.
You gonna write it down there?
I was going to,
Oh,
yeah.
well, then let's say Tuesday.
You mean 2 days earlier?
No, 5 days later.
5 days later, I thought as much.
If this customer were at a Photomat store, we'd be introducing him to our brand new picture pickup promise. Photomat's way of telling you exactly when your pictures will be ready.
That quick?
Sure, and if it doesn't work out, you get a free roll of film.
Oh, no. You get in trouble for that.
Oh, it's no problem.
Huh?
It's a Photomat policy.
The Photomat picture pickup promise.
Is there a Photomat store around here?
Saturday, the fun starts when Nancy meets Francie, Sunshine's mom.
Actually, we live a very quiet life here. Oh, I want you. And what do you call this? Bad timing.
Then there's a fire at the fishes.
The empty house 2 doors down, it's on fire.
Could Victor be a firebug?
These children are under my supervision.
Go fish!
And Starsky and Hutch are set up by the mob. Right after Blansky's Beauties and Fish.
I can't believe this. You know, Gravy Train's really been improved. Look how the guys go for it. It's a big improvement because Gaines just added a natural beef flavor. Improved Gravy Train even looks different. And dogs can taste the difference, wet or dry. Tests show they prefer its new beefy taste over old Gravy Train 3 to 1. It's fully nutritious, too. New Gravy Train, a big improvement in taste. Right, guys?
I missed my big chance last time. Angie, I'm not going to miss it again.
There it is.
That's the Athena 2000 electronic machine by Singer. It's $100 off. Push these buttons. It sews 25 stitches.
Beautiful.
Even measures buttons and makes buttonholes to fit in one step. If you missed your chance last time, the big Singer sale is back.
Hey, Debbie, if you was my mother, what would you think of your son now? Huh?
Oh.
You're the Pepsi generation. Come and have a Pepsi day. Come on, come on, come on and taste the Pepsi way. Come on, come on, come on and have a Pepsi day. Wrap a thirsty smile around it. Raise your Pepsi up and down it. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Have a Pepsi day.
Gestures you make will...
Are your teeth really their whitest, up close? Is your breath really its freshest, up close? They can be with new Close-Up, the toothpaste and mouthwash in one. Clear Red Close-Up has 2 whiteners that get teeth whiter than the toothpaste most people use, and a real mouthwash. So it not only gets your breath Close-Up fresh, it also gets your teeth Close-Up white. Close-Up is for close-ups.
This is Professor Goody speaking to you from a diving bell 400 feet beneath the ocean, where I'm about to prepare some delicious Aunt Jemima frozen waffles just for me, not for that pesky waffle whipper. Waffle, waffle, waffle. I take them from the freezer, pop them into the toaster, and light, crisp, golden brown with Aunt Jemima syrup on them. Aunt Jemima waffles for kids who like a square meal for breakfast. Waffle, waffle, waffle. Waffle, 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 waffle. Wallace, please, stop. All right, Wallace, won't you join me? Waffle, 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 waffle.
That's a waffle whipper whipping an Aunt Jemima waffle. They're in your grocer's freezer. Is there a waffle whipper at your house?
Waffle, waffle.
A bunch of kids looking for action. So what's doing out on the street? Is this the way we ought to use our boy power? Think about it. America's manpower begins with boy power. Let's not waste it. Be a volunteer worker with the Boy Scouts.
All over the world, the word for great coffee flavor is Nescafe.
We're the world's favorite brand of instant coffees.
In America, Nescafe's great flavor comes 2 ways.
We're the world's best-selling too.
Nescafe Regular in the red label.
If Nescafe can please the whole wide world.
And now Nescafe Decaffeinated in the green label.
We can sure please you.
Same kind of flavor. Nescafe Regular, Nescafe Decaffeinated. What's your pleasure?
When the family's all together, life's the best that it can be. Life's more fun when you're munching when you're munching Fritos. 'Cause Fritos goes with fun, and fun makes family memories. And old or young, life's more fun when you're munching Fritos. Munching Fritos. Life's more fun when you're munching when you're munching when you're munching Fritos. Life's more fun when you're munching when you're munching Fritos. Brand corn chips.
Don't come near me.
Thursday, John Amos, Ernest Borgnine, and the cop of the future are set up by a girl on the edge. Then a new puppy brings Chrissy and Jack closer together.
Yeah, there's nothing a girl likes more than a little tickle on the tummy.
Three's Company after Future Cop and Barney Miller.
I'll give you $50 for those sneakers. $50. Okay?
You can have them. They're
Okay.
terrible.
It's to prove a point. Now, you wash in detergent alone, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's wash this sneaker in detergent alone and this one in the same detergent plus Clorox bleach. Now, see any cleaning difference?
The one I wash with my detergent is just dirty. The one washed with Clorox looks so clean.
Clorox Clean. People can see the difference.
Hey, who woke me up?
Oh, sorry, Cuckoo. It's this cold. I'm stuffy and my sinuses. Oh.
Try 4-way long-acting nasal spray, Nose. It relieves stuffy noses and sinuses up to 10 hours to help you breathe easier so you can fall asleep easier.
Hey, that's a blast.
A blast that lasts all night.
Thanks, Cuckoo. Your timing's right on the nose. 4-way long-acting nasal spray. The blast that lasts all night.
It's not too sweet. It's refreshing, crisp, and neat. Canada Dry Ginger Ale. It's not too sweet.
It's not too sweet. I repeat, it's not too sweet. Canada Dry cools your thirst. It's a taste that can't be beat.
It's not too sweet. It's a cold, refreshing treat. Canada Dry Ginger Ale. It's not too sweet.
Regular or diet, it's more refreshing because it's not too sweet.
When entering the world of art, you'd be smart to dress the part. Gentlemen prefer hands. With all the ladies draped in crepe, the artist loves the human shape. Gentlemen prefer Hanes. Hanes will make you smooth and silky, shapely, sexy. Wear a pair and you could be captured for posterity. Gentlemen prefer Hanes.
I hereby dub you the Easter Bunny.
Wednesday, a special family presentation narrated by Fred Astaire.
The Easter Bunny is coming to town today.
Let's all have a happy Easter.
The Easter Bunny's coming to town.
We here at the ad agency feel this commercial is provocative, motivating, and really class-a-roo. Now, what do you think, sir?
Only one shoe? Florsheim makes over 256 different styles. Show them all, big, big. What about the craftsmanship? Even our laces are better.
Have lace shoes?
Why don't we show a huge centipede wearing all the Florsheim shoes?
I like that. That could be a musical. Shaboom, shaboom.
Hey, I like that.
I like that.
I come to show you why mannequin flavor plenty enjoyable. I need water. See, water make leaf stretch. Wrap cigar well. Mouth enjoy flavor. Yes? Mannequin flavor special. Sheer enjoyment.
Nobody can connect you with more of this country than United Airlines. With low-cost vacations from Hawaii to the New York Islands, to the mountains, to the oceans, to the sunshine, and back again. That's why in the friendly skies we say, your land is our land.
This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me.
Sounds like you've accidentally invented a thermochemical energy source.
A scientific wonder becomes a nightmare.
Someone's walking around with enough explosive to turn this city into a pancake.
A power that could mark the beginning of the end for the $6 million man.
How does your daughter feel about the wash? She couldn't care less.
Mrs. Shep just uses detergent alone. Let's see what happens when she adds Clorox bleach to one of her loads.
Which blouse would you rather wear?
This one. This one's much cleaner than this one. It's a good feeling to wear something clean.
Well, I said you wouldn't care. I mean, it's just so much whiter. It's very obvious. That's the Clorox one. There is a definite difference. From now on, we'll just have to use Clorox.
Clorox makes the difference.
I see now that she does care.
Look, Linda, I just bought a new seamless support bra that's so beautiful. I have to show you. Oh, better show you this way. It's the Playtex Support Can Be Beautiful bra, and it's seamless.
Don't you love these pretty details? And these smooth, seamless cups. Plus this secret support designed for real support.
And you know, it's so pretty. It makes me feel pretty. The new seamless Support Can Be Beautiful bra from Playtex. Support can be beautiful.
The American Eagle, Goodyear's symbol for its all-American kind of radial tire. Goodyear is committed to product innovation. We introduced rayon cord in tires. We created the polyglass tire and the polysteel radial. And now the American Eagle, with belts of Flex 10 cord instead of steel. Flex 10 is made from a flexible man-made aramid fiber that's pound for pound stronger than steel.
The tire for America, the American Eagle, the tire.
Pardon me, what kind of dog food does your dog eat?
Young fella, there's two things I know. Checkers and dogs. Dogs like canned dog food. Especially Herman here.
Do you think he'd like Gaines burgers?
Well, he might. Yeah, leave this to me. Dogs like food that's moist and meaty.
But Gaines burgers are moist and meaty, see?
Go ahead, but...
And they taste terrific.
And you don't know nothing about Checkers, neither.
Gaines burgers dog food. The canned dog food without the can.
I found a recipe you won't find in a cookbook, but it's sure nutritious and a real money saver, too. Take a quart of Carnation Instant Non-Fat Dry Milk. Add a quart of whole milk. Mix, chill, and serve. You get 2 quarts of fresh-tasting, low-fat milk and make a real savings on your milk bill. Carnation Instant Milk. Good for you and your budget, too.
Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Almond Joy's got nuts, Mounds don't. Almond Joy's got real milk chocolate, coconut and munchy nuts too. Mounds got deep dark chocolate and chewy coconut. Ooh. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Peter Paul, Almond Joy's got nuts, Peter Paul, Mounds don't.
Plus, now there's also a new Mounds with creamy rich milk chocolate.
What you're about to see is the world's most revolutionary telephone switching invention. We call it Super Switcher. It has almost no moving parts, yet handles 4 times more calls than its predecessor. It required an investment of $400 million, but should ultimately save $1 billion a year. And soon, every major American area will have one. Looks dull, eh?
Well, imagine that each of these cars is a long-distance call. This new invention can handle over 500,000 an hour. That's 5 days' traffic on a busy Los Angeles freeway. Super Switcher. It should go a long distance to prevent traffic jams on your long-distance calls.
The Bell System. People using technology to help keep down costs and improve service. Keeping your phone system the best in the world.
It's the first show of the new year, and the Captain and Tennille do it right. With their guests Marilyn McCoo and Billy Davis Jr., John Biner, Muhammad Ali, and Joe Namath. It's the new 1977 Captain and Tennille.
You are the apple of my eye, yeah. Forever you...
This is a cubic foot. There are 5 more of these inside the new Chevrolet than there are inside this year's older style full-size cars of Chevy's nearest sales competitor. That's based on U.S. government estimates of vehicle interior size as reported in the 1977 EPA Guide for New Car Buyers. The new Chevrolet with 5 more cubic feet of room. It stacks up beautifully. Now that's more like it.
Fellow Americans, stop dragging your feet. Wear kitties when you're going to go out on a date.
Look great.
But do you know your feet need a little love?
Kitty knows.
What an agonizing, enterprising, hard kind of day you spend working overtime. You.
It's ball.
You. When you need shoes for it all. To say comfort and style. If you're young at heart or young enough to remember, come to Kitty and explore. And the great American, great American, great American shoe store.
What's behind the brand of hot dogs you buy? You know you're getting solid value with Oscar Mayer and quality trusted for generations. There's wholesome meat protein from solid cuts of meat. The only meat Oscar Mayer uses. U.S. government inspected. Oscar Mayer selected. Oscar Mayer wieners and beef franks in handy twin packs. The flavor's as good as the good meat itself. Oscar Mayer, America's #1.
When did you start baking from scratch?
It's not scratch, Mom. It's new Pillsbury Plus.
A yellow cake this firm could only be from scratch.
It's Pillsbury Plus.
A cake this moist could only be from scratch. A cake this rich could only be from scratch.
It's Pillsbury Plus. The plus is pudding. Pudding right in the mix to add that moistness.
Rich flavor. New Pillsbury Plus, huh? Looks like scratch has met its match.
Cut. Reload. That's a complicated-looking machine, isn't it? Funny thing is, a lot of people still think that taking home movies is that complicated, too. If that were true, believe me, I wouldn't take them. For instance, he's reloading the film. Let me show you how easy Kodak has made it for you and me with a Kodak Instamatic movie camera. You finish one roll of film, drop another one in, you're all set. How you doing, Charlie? Taking home movies couldn't be much easier than that, could it? You know, now is the time to start, too. When the kids are growing up, you're on your vacation, save the action and the color in movies. With Kodak projectors, movies are easy to show, too. And cameras start at less than $35. Actually, you know what Kodak does for you?
Try a taste of martini. The most beautiful drink in the world is the bright one, the right one. It's martini. Anytime, any place, anywhere. There's a wonderful world you can share in the bright taste of the right one. That's martini.
Why are women so happy about new Tickle antiperspirant? Is it because Tickle is the first roll-on with a big, wide ball? Is it because Tickle comes in 4 fresh fragrances? Or is it because Tickle helps keep you dry all day? Make yourself happy. Staying drier is nicer with a little Tickle.
Gentlemen, ladies, welcome to General Foods. Today, we're proud to announce a breakthrough in coffee. We're introducing the Perfect Cup. At first, I'd like you all to taste this new product, and then I'd be happy to answer any questions. Yes.
It's rich. All right, how'd you do it?
We discovered a process that removes bitter taste. Ma'am.
What kind of process?
We found that roughness and bitter taste went out as we reduced the caffeine down to 50%.
50%? Explain why you went to 50.
Let me show you. Run the film, Mike.
Smoothness and richness take over when there's 50% less caffeine than regular coffee. The Perfect Cup.
As simple as it sounds, that's the breakthrough. And speaking of a breakthrough, let's have a coffee break.
Introducing the Perfect Cup. Once you taste this coffee, you'll have no questions.
Well, you really did it to yourself this time.
Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, oh, what a relief it is. Plop, plop.
bubbly bubbles, bursting into action, instantly soothing your upset stomach and speeding relief to your aching head. Alka-Seltzer works fast.
Oh, what a relief it is.
Hello, young waffle lovers, wherever you are. Professor Goody here, high up in this bell tower. And just so that pesky waffle woofer won't follow me, I'm pulling all the ladders up behind me. There, safe at last. Now to pop a couple of delicious Aunt Jemima frozen waffles into my trusty toaster. So light, crisp, golden brown. Oh, I could hardly wait. Waffle, waffle, waffle. Waffle, 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 waffle. Sorry, Wallace. These Aunt Jemima waffles are just for me. Waffle, 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 waffle. Hey, now. Waffle. Wallace, please. Waffle, 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 waffle. Oh, very well, Wallace. Won't you join me? Waffle, waffle, waffle.
This is a waffle whiffer whiffing an Aunt Jemima waffle. You'll find them in your grocer's freezer. Is there a waffle whiffer at your house?
Waffle?
Cost of living got you down.
Prices are so high, I take a ladder to go shopping.
Cost of living got you down.
Money used to burn a hole in my pocket. Now it isn't even there long enough to get warm.
There's one bargain left in town.
Campbell's Soups. Try chicken with rice. Best parts of the chicken, fluffy rice, and 2 chicken stocks for extra flavor. About 6 cents a 7-ounce serving.
Sit right down and get your Campbell's worth.
Birth defects strike over 250,000 infants a year in this country alone. What can we do about it? Plenty. You know, research has shown that some birth defects can be prevented by proper prenatal care, and that includes good nutrition.
Well, that's not bad, but 4 pounds in 2 weeks isn't terrific.
I'm Mark Hamill asking you to protect the unborn and the newborn.
Those dirty rings. You'd scrub them, soak them, even bleach them. And you can still come out with... Ring around the collar! Now, try whisk around the collar. Pour concentrated whisk right on the dirt. It sinks in, starts to clean before you start to wash. Whisk around the collar beats ring around the collar every time. Whisk.
Here's Lucy. Was brought to you by Whisk. Whisk around the collar beats ring around the collar.
Mother Care take care of you before you're born and when you're...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mother Care, go up to 10.
You can go there when you're big, go there when you're small. You can go before you've scarcely been anywhere at all.
Now Mother Care, go up to 10.
At Mother Care, you're sure that the prices will be right for a grown-up girl or a tiny little mite.
Now Mother Care, go up to 10.
Such special care, such sensible prices for mothers-to-be and children up to...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Happy families, Mother Care, go up to 10.
Fireplaces glowing, icicles growing, hearts overflowing with cheer. It's that wonderful season we all find so pleasing, the Toys R Us time of year. The world's biggest toy stores, Toys R Us, the biggest selection, Toys R Us. It's the Toys R Us time of year. Toys R Us.
Check, check. Testing 1, 2, 3. Oh, fuck it. Oh, yeah. That's my cue, I guess. I guess if I were alive, I'd be here. But I'm not. This is not me. This is a ghost. I'm not really here. Holy hell. That's a good bong hit. Should knock my dick in the dirt. So, good morning, everyone. It's another day. Another day. Yeah. Another day. Hear that? Fast and Furious. Too fast for brains. Totally. Don't you just hate those fucking hot rodders that are always showing off and blasting around the freeway, zipping in and out of traffic? Doesn't that just piss you off? Pisses me off. I've got to drive into the city twice a week on the freeway, and yeah. I mean, I don't have anything against motorcycle riders in general, but man, can they be some fucking dickheads. As big a dickheads as behind the steering wheels can be behind the handlebars. Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning, Joy. Why are you still at work? Get out of there. Get out. Go ahead. Go. I'll cover you. Run. Go ahead for the door. I'll cover you. Joey's busy. He went to the bathroom. Totally, eh? Early and late? Get out of here. They don't appreciate you, man. They got no respect for your stick-to-itiveness. Don't you love that word, stick-to-itiveness? That's just great. That's a great fucking word. Yeah, hear me now and stick-to-itive me later. Really? 5 p.m. to 8 a.m. Jeez. Well, get out of there. It's 8. Go on. Go home. Are you just walking home now? How many hours is that? Too many? Let's see. 5 to 5. That'd be 12, 13, 14, 15. Hello. Yeah. That's crazy. You stay an extra hour, you'd have gotten 16. Oh! Yeah, it's too many hours is what it is. He probably had to ask to go to the bathroom. No, he tells people when they can go to the bathroom. That's Joey. Joey, he goes when he wants. He tells people when they can go. That's his job. He's the man. He's the boss. He's the man with the plan. He's the man in charge. Leaving now. Well, good. Get out of there. Walk your ass home. Walk your ass home. Damn. You're making me tired just thinking about you, dude. Oi. Oh, give Snoopy a kiss. Snoopy kisses. Gotta have Snoopy kisses. You know, maybe that's what you're lacking. You need more Snoopy kisses and less work. That's it, baby. Get yourself a Snoopy and start kissing, man. It's therapeutic. It's really therapeutic. Totally. This morning is harshing me already. And no betting, no gambling. We don't gamble here. No betting. I tried to make the coffee a little stronger. At the same time, I added more water so there'd be more coffee. So, just in case I wanted to double dip. I'm always really, well, lately, I've been pretty depressed coming into the show. So much so that before I turn everything on, before I turn the mic on and go, hello, good morning, I don't want to do anything. It's you guys that make this possible, really, because most of the time when I get here in the morning, I'm like, I don't want to do nothing. I'm just going to sit here on camera and not do anything. I'm just going to sit here and go boo-boo, right? And that doesn't seem to happen once the cameras go on and you guys show up. It's Mo Betta. I got Mo Betta blues. I got the Mo Betta blues. Because it's Mo Betta. Mo Betta. It's just, you know. Wow. I went to the university yesterday. Took my daughter to her class. She said it was boring. Why? What did you do? Well, we talked about dog psychology and stuff, you know. Training dogs to react to things and to do things. I'm saying, all right, that's cool. So you can train the dogs now. She's not likely. These dogs, they don't want to be trained. I don't like trained dogs anyway. I like dogs. I like dogs where you know, I like them to come when you call them. But other than that, I like them to act like dogs. I really do. I don't want them to sit over in a corner and wait for me to tell them it's okay to do something. You know, at ease, dog. Oh, thank God I can scratch my ass now. Give me a break. I want a dog to be a dog. Ask Joey. My dogs are dogs. They just get up, jump all over you, act like dogs, bite each other on the ass and run, take off and go play and shit. They're dogs. My dogs are happy dogs. They play at least 2 times a day. You know, or they just get up and start chasing each other around the house. Because I let them be dogs. I don't force human stuff upon them. Because that sucks. I don't even want human stuff forced on me. Why would I force it on a dog? Right? So, are you guys ready for this? Are you guys ready for this exciting announcement that I'm excited to announce? Let me know if you're ready, because I'm not going to say anything until you're ready. Are you ready? Because this is pretty exciting. Really damn exciting. For me and my daughter. I am really excited. Excited. The album for the day. Hint, hint. My excitement. Rush. Permanent Waves. One of my favorites. It's just got some great Spirit of the Radio, Free Will, Jacob's Ladder, Entre Nous, Different Strings, Natural Science. It is a great Rush album from 1980. What the hell was this album? When did this one come out? When did Rush come out? This Permanent Waves. This is a remaster. So it's a 2015 remaster. But it doesn't say. It doesn't give me an original date. It just gives me a remaster date. 2015. 1980. Okay. There we go, 1980. This is part of my exciting announcement. Can anyone guess what my exciting announcement is? Excited. Well, I never thought that I would be able to say this. Really, I thought there's just no way in hell. Not now. I'm kind of, it's bittersweet. It is a bittersweet moment right now. Because my daughter is on the waiting list. You saw who play yesterday? Who did you see play yesterday? Tell me before I go on. Wonder Woman? Who did you see play yesterday? Because I saw her play this morning, and it really excited me. So I know Joey's like, come on, tell me. I want to see what WW's talking about here. Who did you see play yesterday? You got to tell me. I know you've probably written it down already, and you sent it, and I'm just waiting to get it. Who? Because I'll tell you. Look at the text before the last. I bet. Excited for what? Leaving now. You probably... There's nothing here. Maybe it didn't get to me. Am I missing something? Look at the text before the last. Excited for what? I bet. Leaving now. He probably had to ask to go to the bathroom. How many hours is that? I don't understand. What are we getting at? What do we get before the first? Before the last? I don't get it. Anywho. Yesterday on the way home from school, I mentioned to my daughter something coming up, and we were both like, nah. And I had to actually Google it. It took me 20 minutes to figure out that it was really happening. My daughter yesterday got us on the wait list at Ticketmaster for Rush tickets at the Forum. Rush. Not the Rush, but a Rush. Geddy Lee, Alex Lifeson, and Anika, I can't remember her last name. She is a female drummer, of course, because she is female. And she played for Jeff Beck on his last tour. And she's done a lot of drumming in a lot of different genre. She's a different kind of drummer, but she's a badass drummer. And I can't wait to... I heard yesterday Rush is going back on tour with a hot new chick drummer. There you go, baby. So my daughter got us on the waiting list. So my daughter gets to see Rush. Yeah, I told her, you know what, it's not going to be exactly the same. And she says, I know. And we're both kind of bummed. But it's like I said, it's bittersweet. We're really excited to actually be able to go see that high-pitched fucker screaming and those crazy lyrics. Yeah. So Rush, yay. I don't know. They're coming to the Forum. They're coming to the fabulous Forum in Inglewood, where they've played before. Led Zeppelin's played there. Everybody's played the Forum. It is a Southern California landmark. And my daughter's first concert was at the Forum, which makes me feel like a good dad, right? To know that she's doing it right. And she wants to go see Rush. She just took me to see ELO last summer, and now we're talking about going to see Rush, right? The only thing that would be any better than seeing Rush together with my daughter would be seeing the Rolling Stones together with my daughter. They are missing their drummer as well, but they've got a great lineup. And my father and I saw the Rolling Stones twice, once in 78 and then once in 89. So if I could go with my daughter to see the Rolling Stones, that would be like a family thing, you know? Yeah. Rush. Wow, who'd have thought? I'm like, so what are they doing? Are they really going to do their stuff? Are they going to go sit there on stage with just the two of them? And you know what I told her? I said, you know what? I would go see Rush if they had a holographic drummer. If they were to take Neil Peart and take his performance all of his performances, all of his music, and AI it, and create an AI person to play the digital drums that have his drums, right, that have already been recorded, right, and brought back to us, and then put him up on stage holographic. They would have to create an AI so that they could get camera angles, right? Because here's the holographic image you see on stage, but you're going to want to look up on the screen and see a side version, a side view of him playing, him winking at the camera, whatever. I saw her play. They have a new keyboard player too, so Giddy can concentrate on bass. Ooh, that is fucking awesome. I'm excited. I really am. My daughter's excited. I like the fact that not only did they get a new drummer, but she's younger, she's highly experienced, and she's a female. Female drummers are highly underrated, right? I fell in love with Karen Carpenter, right? Because she's a badass vocalist, but a hell of a drummer too. I want to start a band. Okay, well, let's get you lessons in singing and piano and all that. No, I want to play the drums. What? Girls don't play the drums. So, I want to play the drums. Okay. Oh, no pressure. I saw it in her eyes. I was watching some videos of her jamming, and she looks so relaxed. I mean, there's going to be some excitement, and I don't think that she'll be. I think she'll be Grace under pressure. there's a little play on Rush words there. There's a little Grace under pressure. I think she's going to be awesome. I really have high hopes for this. They just want to play. They just want to bring those songs back, right? Oh, there's a lot of female drummers. They just don't get any recognition because they're females. Every time we go out to a show somewhere, we see a female drummer that kicks fucking ass. We saw this band open up for Motion City Soundtrack called the Gully Boys. 4 girls, right? They sounded like Led Zeppelin. They kicked ass. The drummer, she was this big girl. She was hardly wearing anything, and she was a big girl. I mean, she had meat on her bones, right? Her legs were, her belly was. She was a big girl, right? And she was awesome. As soon as they left the stage, I had to run down there and say, "You guys are awesome." Seriously, I walked up to them and I said, "You guys are the shit. You guys are the fucking bomb." I gave them each a hug, bought one of their CDs, had them sign it, got a photograph, and told that drummer. Oh, I told each one of them. I went and I talked to each one of them individually, and I don't even remember what I said. I just remember that in the moment I was like all about the guitar player, all about the bass player, all about the drummer, and I was just right in, and they were just, the smiles that came across their faces when I was talking to them, you know, it was fucking awesome. So yeah, there's a lot of female drummers out there. They don't get any recognition. They're girls, right? I told my daughter, man, female drummers are so underrated. Just because they're girls, they get. I was watching this documentary on Hollywood, the beginnings of Hollywood, and how Mary Pickford had to, in public, say that the boys, Charles Chaplin and Douglas Fairbanks, were the guys running the business, because girls did not run. If you say that you knew business, you might as well say you were a man in woman's clothing, because women did not do business, right? So, yeah, I'm real excited. And she, Mary Pickford, she was the brains behind all of it. She's the one that came up with the idea for United Artists. She's the one that came up with the ideas to make them succeed and get them the power that they deserved, rather than beholden to the studios and the film companies. Heavy stuff, baby. The Runaways, right? It's another great female drummer. Girls don't drum, right? Oh man. Back in my day, they did. I knew this girl. I dated a girl named Heather, and she had a stepsister, Sandy. And Sandy played the drums. Sandy, she was a kick-ass drummer. I always wanted to get together with those girls and do a jam. Now, Heather, she kind of played the guitar. She had a Stratocaster. She kind of played a little bit, but she wasn't as hooked as Sandy was on the drums. She kicked ass. Yeah, man. Back in the day, I would have loved to have had a band with the Go-Go's. There you go. What is that other one? The Bangles. The Mangles. Yeah, keep it going, man. There's some female drummers, man. For Prince, what was her name? Lisa or something. What's her face? There was a singer that also used to play the drums. I was going to say Carmen Miranda, but that's not true. Carmen Miranda. She's a hoochie coochie girl. Used to wear the fruit on top of her head, the fruit basket on top of her head that Bugs Bunny used to make fun of. Hoochie coochie 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 coochie. Not Charo, but the other one. And Carmen Miranda, she was a quasi. I'm a quasi. Carmen Miranda was well known in Hollywood for not wearing underwear. Because she liked to do these high kicks and stuff, and she figured, I'm wearing a long skirt, but people would notice when you kick your leg up. She's got no chonies on. Totally, eh? Yeah. So Rush is the topic of the day here, and Permanent Waves is the album Ode the Day. Yeah, baby. I used to have some Rush on VHS, some VHS tapes of Rush. I used to have some Van Halen on tape. Back when they sold their videos, Sheila E. That's who it was, Sheila E. Lisa. I'll give you up. Yeah, you could buy videos of your favorite bands in concert, like The Wall in Berlin, Van Halen Live Without a Net. That was a great video. The video of the concert. It was kind of Hollywood. Commando. Yeah, she went commando big time. Totally. I think she thought she was Irish or Scottish. It's not a kilt, lady. Put some chonies on. Nobody wants to see your woohoo. Woohoo! Well, I mean, I'm sure there's some, but for the majority of people, really, when people their body parts are hanging out in public, unless you're breastfeeding, which doesn't bother me at all, right? It's like it's one of the most natural things to do out in public is to breastfeed. I don't even mind if you're taking a piss or a shit in public, right? Because that's like a natural act, and you got to do it. It'd be nice if you were like hidden a little bit, especially if we're doing a number 2. But body parts hanging out, unless we're all going to go naked, keep your shit covered up. I don't want to see nipples dangling. I don't want to see your nutsack hanging out, or your lips flapping on one side of your. No. Please, have a little respect for the rest of us. Courtesy means to give a shit about yourself enough to not force it on others, right? That includes your physical as well as your odoriferous self, It's just polite, Nobody wants to look at that. If they did, they'd pay for it. Or they'd go into private and do it. You saw Rush on their last tour with Neil Peart. They did a whole moving pictures up. Yeah, I think we talked about that a while back. That's awesome. I have friends that have seen Rush, and I never got to see Rush growing up. I was always poor. So if we went to a concert, it was because somebody gifted me, miracled me a ticket, or it was my turn to buy tickets because I was working and it was like, all right, I got a bunch of tickets, who's going? You know, and that's kind of the way it worked in our town. If somebody could make it to the ticket place and get tickets, they'd get a half a dozen tickets, and they'd come home and say, okay, who needs a ticket? And if you didn't have money, it was okay, you know. It's not like they were trying to scalp. They were just trying to get together a good group to go to a concert. Yeah. I was tempted to call my friend up north to see if he wanted to do this concert. But he can't really take off time from work. And we're going to try to see the second night, which is a Tuesday night. And we're just doing that because it's easier to get in and out of LA on a weeknight, because we're going in at the time people are leaving, and then when we're coming home it's late at night, so it really doesn't matter. But it's a good ride home from LA to Joshua Tree, because we take one freeway pretty much the whole way. Yeah. Burp. I really wanted to see Rush when I was young. It was, for me, it was okay knowing people that had gone. You know, ah, good, you made it home. Good, brother. Well, cheers to you. Joey's home. And see, that wasn't a long walk, huh? I like the fact that he walks back and forth to work, right? That's freaking awesome. There's a smart kid. He's thinking about himself, thinking about his health, thinking about the planet. He's like, nah, I just like to walk. I'm just a walking fool. Yeah, I'm a dancing fool. Oi. All right. Oh, it's funny. My daughter and I, we went to the pot shop for the first time together last night, or yesterday, on the way to school. She started an account, so she can go there any time she wants now and get some gummies. She just likes the gummies, the little, you know, the little ones. Sometimes you can chop them up, you know, and she does. She used like a half a gummy or something, as long as she doesn't smoke. Oh, you're going to a concert Friday? Well, let's hope you don't walk to the concert. Unless it's close, then hell yeah. Who are you going to see, brother? Loud. Totally. Yeah, gummies are good. Totally cool. And the thing is that she uses that stuff for the same reasons I did when I was her age. Pretty much to relax, antidepressants, to get rid of social anxieties and stress, to escape from school. James Taylor, The Walking Man Walks. Ah, there you go. The Walking Man Walks. I like that. We call him The Walking Man. The Walking Man. I was just thinking about you yesterday, Joey, talking to Natalie about... I was telling her that I think it would be a cool idea if you had your own YouTube channel and you just made videos, just straight videos, no bullshit, no hoopla, no all of this music and stuff that I do, right? But just made live videos of you doing you, right? Hey, this is Joey. I'm going to put on an album. This is the album I'm going to listen to. Check it out. Goodbye. And there you go, right? This is the album. This is what I like about the album. And not get into, you know, all this crazy shit that I do. But I think that just you being you, your sense of humor, your mannerisms, your character, you could have a great channel monetized and you'd have thousands of followers like that. Joey on Joey. You know, however you want to do it. If you just did you being you, it would be a sensational hit, right? You like the Stars of Death gummies. The Stars of Death. I've never heard the Stars of Death. Is that a brand? Because there are so many brands now, and the brands are usually local brands because they can't travel outside the states because of federal restrictions. So most things take place within the local jurisdictions. Stars of Death quite possibly is a local to you thing, because I've never seen it or heard. And where I shop on a reservation, in a reservation store, where they only sell their brands. They have 3 or 4 brands there that are licensed through the reservation, and that's what they sell. And they grow that brand, and they sell that brand, and that's it. Oh, you're going to see a concert in D.C. Anamaguchi and Ovlov with Jacob. Well, I hope you and Jacob have fun. I can't even pronounce that. Anamanaguchi, and Ovlov. Is Ovlov an anachronism or an Anna? I don't know. Abbreviation. Going to D.C. All right. Well, give my respects to the dickheads in power there. Tell them all they can go fuck themselves. Let me put down the window. Hey, crazy old weird bearded guy says y'all go fuck yourselves. Especially you. That's all I ask. But don't tell anyone. Shh, I won't tell anyone. Don't anyone tell anyone, all right? This is just between us. My chair's a little creaky. Isn't it? Isn't it a little creaky? Okay, I'm doing another bong hit. I'm going in. It's after, it's been a half an hour since the first one, so I'm going in. So, I've been warding off nightmares lately by drinking a lot of water. How the hell does drinking water help with nightmares? Because when I drink a lot of water, I have to get up and piss a lot in the middle of the night. So therefore, I don't really sleep because I'm constantly getting up to take a leak. I don't sleep well, but I don't have nightmares either. I don't dream. I don't even get any good REM sleep anymore. But I do piss a lot now. I remember Saturday, just Saturday, between 2 in the afternoon and 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night, between that 7 hours right there, I pissed 8 times. I shit you not, I pissed 8 times. That's not normal. Yeah, I know. Tell me something I don't know. I mean, I tell you what, if I traded bodies with someone and they were to, like, all of a sudden leave their body and enter my body, they would die. They would have a fucking heart attack. They would scream. They'd fall to the ground. They'd call for 911, right? Meanwhile, I would take over their body and go, all you got is a fucking headache and an ingrown toenail? Shoo-hoo! I'd be dancing on the fucking moon, right? To be down to just a hangnail and a, you know, I'd settle for just a bad back at this point, an achy sore back. I'd settle for that. Give me just a sore back. Take everything else and just give me a sore back. Crazy, crazy lucid dreams every night. Yeah, I don't. Now that I would drink to get away from. If the only thing I could do would be to drink to get away from my nightmares, I would drink, even if it killed me. The dreaming is my fucking escape, you know. The world sucks. The world is hard enough. The world has beaten me up. The world has bullied me my whole fucking life. When I sleep, I don't want that shit to fucking follow me. I want to escape. That's what dreams are supposed to be for me, an escape, to get the fuck out of this bullshit fucking existence and be free, right? And then to go to a dream and have it reoccurring and be horrible and graphic and gory and miserable and just you wake up crying and shaking, sweating. No. Fuck. Sometimes I go to sleep crying and shaking and sweating. I don't want to fucking wake up going, oh man, I'd rather be awake. I used to escape my pain to fucking, you know, and now I can't. You're too tired to dream. Exactly. And that's what I have to do. I have to wear myself out, go to sleep late, get up early, get up 3 or 4 times in 4 hours, just to keep from dreaming. And I still do a little bit. I still feel like I've dreamt a little bit, but I didn't get deep enough to, you know, to see shit going crazy. Because the world is really fucked up. The Avatar movies, fucking wild. Yeah, I hear you. I get color, I get sound, I get smell. It's too real. Dreams are too real, right? People used to say, oh, you only dream in black and white. And I'm like, who the fuck are you? Oh, there's no sound in your dreams. What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with me? Right? If I dream in color and I have sound, well, then what does that say about me? If other people are like, no, I don't dream in, I only dream in black and white. What are you, a dog? No. Maybe that's an old world thing, dreaming in black and white. I don't know where the hell that came from. You know, I think I Googled it once. How many people? What's the percentage of people that dream in black and white versus the people that dream in color? And I think it was like something like as you get older, you start to see things in color. I'm like, well, what the hell? No, I've always seen things in color in my dreams. That's what dreams were so. You hear sounds. Yeah, I hear people talking. When I don't just see the lips moving. If I see a dog bark, I hear the bark. If I see somebody talking, I'm hearing what they're saying, right? I can hear myself talking. The only thing I can't see in my dreams is me. The only things I cannot see in my dreams is me. I can hear myself talk, but I can't see myself unless I'm looking at a reflection. But it's me in my dreams. It's really close to reality because the things that I dream about are things that are going on in reality. I very rarely have like a fantasy dream where like I'm floating or flying or doing something that's not real. Usually it's real, and that's where I'm bummed out lately because the dreams are just too fucking real, and I'm sick of real. I want to dream and escape real, not go to sleep and have harsh, hard, heavy, over, you know, or hyper realistic. No, I don't need that. And that's about where it's going lately. Hyper realistic dreams, right? Shit. I don't know what's going on today. I don't know when anybody's waking up. I know that we were kind of up a little bit late last night, till like 11. My wife was watching Naked and Afraid. She's just got some weird viewing habits. Well, different from mine. I look at my viewing habits as normal because I just watch old stuff. I just watch old tried and true TV and movies for the most part. Once in a while I'll watch something new, but usually I'm in here watching old crap, you know. So for me it's weird to sit and watch new stuff. In my dreams it's totally conversational and telepathic with the people and creatures in the dream. Yeah, you're a weirdo. No, really. It used to be like that, kind of like that when I was younger. I didn't really... It was just a lot of images and sounds, and none of it really made sense when I was young. You know, images of me flying or falling and then hitting the ground and then bouncing, or images of me on a conveyor belt running, a conveyor belt made of taffy, thick, deep taffy that was sticky and I could barely move. That That was a horrible one. Or the one where I'm just in bed looking out the doorway, and there's a dark figure standing in the doorway, and I could hear the TV and the sounds of the party and people and stuff, and people coming in and out through the doorway and walking by, but that dark silhouette just stays there, right? Yeah, a lot of my earlier dreams were nightmares, and they were not conversational. They were just me being in fear all the time. Always in fear, always in fear. And then when I was 14, 15, I started smoking pot. And my dreams became less scary. They actually started becoming dreams. What show did your dad watch? My Two Dads? I don't remember what show I was talking about. Oh, wait. No, I don't. What? No. Oh, Naked and Afraid. That's right. I'm sorry. Naked and Afraid. Yeah. Yeah, your dad and my wife were so much alike. You're right. They would get along. They would get along. You know, she friended him on Facebook, and they talk all the time. Just kidding. I love you, man. I'm going to heat up my coffee. I got to warm it up. Hold my seat. Right. Boy. Lorit. Let's see. In my dreams, I always climbing somewhere, going through airports or mazes. The other night, I met some alien creatures from old bloodlines. I had to meet them to pay respect. Ooh, see? Dude, write it down. Write it down. You're a writer. Your dad was a writer. Write. A writer writes. Write that shit down. Write down just a dream, and then take that and build a short story around it, right? That's awesome. You know? Or a song, paying my respects to the alien bloodlines. Yeah! I don't know. Go figure. Totally, man. Were they lizard people? You die a lot. You die in a lot of your dreams. Right on. I never get there. I always get really, really close and then wake up. Right? There you go. There you go. I get to that point to where it's going to happen, and then I wake up. They say if you die in your dreams, you die in real life, right? That's one of those myth things, mythical wives' tales, right? Because a lot of people die in their dreams, you know, and then they just wake up. That's it. I think that dreams are, for me, I think that dreams are kind of where we hook up with our parallel selves. And in our dreams, it's kind of a place where it's like a party line in our heads when we dream. So we're kind of connected to our parallel selves throughout the parallel universes and the multi-dimensional realms. You're already dead. Well, as much as you work, guy, you must feel like it sometimes. I know I feel dead. I feel 1 foot in a grave. I am, yeah. All it takes is a push and a little kick of dirt, and I'm done. I mean, I'm dangling by a thread here, and people are running at me with scissors. Totally. Yeah. Blood dance. Yeah. Totally. Totally. So were they reptilians? These aliens that you had to pay respect to? Were they the greens, the grays, the blues, the Nordics? I mean, what were they? You know, what kind of aliens, you know? They were like two humanoid old ladies, kind of. Sweet and gentle. Oh, cronies. Okay, you got old gold crones. Like meeting the Queen of England or something, right? They were witches, man. They were some witches that got you. Somebody's got a voodoo doll of me. Somebody has a doll of me since I was a teenager. And they have been, every once in a while, they pull it out and they fuck with me. Or they take the pin that they left in me for decades and they twist it around every once in a while. Or pull it out and stick it in again. I totally believe that. You know, I totally believe that. Somebody's fucking with me good. And could it be an alien species? Maybe I'm just an avatar for some alien species. And they're just running tests. And they're just using me like a lab rat. Right? Let's throw this at him. You know? What do you think fucking Job was? Job was just a fucking lab rat. You know? That's all. He was just a lab rat. He was an Ezekiel. They just grabbed him and said, "Hey, check it out. We're going to show you a bunch of stuff. We're going to do a bunch of stuff to you, and then we're going to record the answers. We're going to record the results. Because you're just a guinea pig. You're just a lab rat. You know, I mean, the Pfizer, a couple hundred years ago, Pfizer hooked up with aliens. That's it. And they've just been running tests on us. Pfizer is probably aliens. Most of our governments are probably fucking alien. And we're just chattel. We're just chattel and cattle. And we are just food, basically. Whether it's, you know, a fodder for some kind of war that they want to do. When it all goes back to seeding this planet. And seeding it all around the planet with the DNA, the humanoid DNA mixed with different alien DNAs, right, around the universe, so that they put us all here. They made us all different looking and different sounding because we were all in different areas, but we were seated here, and each different race on the planet goes, and with all the races that have gone extinct as well, they all go back genetically to a corresponding alien out there. Right? So that's it. We're just a game board. We're just a test tube. They're just working shit out in the universe through us. Right? The game of Risk. That's what it is. We were all in a huge line to meet these two aliens. And this is after climbing a huge staircase. Dude. See, this sounds like a screenplay for a movie, man. Right? Or a graphic novel, right? What I would do is I would use AI, Copilot or something, use AI to create a character and then write a story about that character using your dreams and this alien stuff. And then take that character and then tell the AI, okay, take my character and develop this scene, and then describe your scene, and then have AI create that image, right? And create like a rough draft of a graphic novel using AI and your imagination and your dreams, right? Dude, we have so much technology at our disposal that we need to find ways of using it to benefit us rather than letting it kind of use us and benefit corporations and governments, right? I mean, it is lazy art to use AI to create, but it's also really fast, and it frees you up to do other stuff. AI, create this image for me. If you look at my latest couple of promo videos for my channel, I've used AI to create images. And then I just take those images and use them. Oh, now we're talking about Grok 101. I cried at the end of that book, Stranger in a Strange Land. My favorite author, Robert Heinlein. I cried at the end of the book. I never thought that a book could affect me so much, but it was the first novel I ever read from cover to cover. The first book I ever read from cover to cover, right? Because of brain injury and stuff, and being a punk in school and not wanting to show them that I gave a shit about what they wanted. I didn't read. I just didn't. I grew up not reading. And it wasn't until I went to jail I would think I was 20 years old, 20 or 21 years. No, I was pretty young. And my friends and I got picked up for something that some friends of ours did. And we wound up in jail, and I was in jail for 3 days. My cellmate was an older man who read a lot of stuff. And he told me about Robert Anson Heinlein, the author, and kind of recited some of his stories to me. And so a couple of years later, I was actually able to find one of those books in the library and read it. And that was Stranger in a Strange Land. And I was on the city bus leaving from school, going home to my girlfriend, and I was finishing off the book on the bus. And I got to the end and finished it, and I realized that I was on a city bus reading a book, crying, right? And if you did that nowadays, they'd probably lock you up. He was just reading and he started crying. I think he's fucking crazy, right? It's like having emotion nowadays will get you arrested. And that's just fucking bizarre. I'm a stranger in a strange land. Can you grok that? Grok this. Between your knees. Yeah, baby. Maybe tomorrow I will go to paint, and I maybe get caught up on a few things, and then start looking at earning a few bucks to get a couple of external hard drives in here into my studio, because I'm running out of room to create. So I will, more than likely, that'll be the next thing on my agenda. Once I get that taken care of, then by the first of the year, or by December, I think, I should think about getting my van fixed, which means getting a PCM and getting the battery changed again, because it's dead. I don't drive it for a couple of weeks, battery dies, there's a drain in it. So what I need to do is I need to put a voltmeter on it to see what's going on, right? And then I need to start pulling fuses so I can see where the drain is on it. Pull a fuse, does anything change? No? Okay, put the fuse back in, check another one. And do that, and try to get an idea of what's going on with that thing. Because I'm pretty sure it's just, there's something on, there's something connected power-wise that is just sucking the power out of this thing. Could it be the existing PCM? I don't know. Could it be the fog light button that goes to no fog lights, just bare wires? I don't know. Could it be a stereo in the back? Could it be the power stuff that goes on to power everything in the back? I don't know. I'll have to just get in there and figure it out. But I'm not going to worry about it. Not until December. In December, there are concerts coming up out of town. And I just want to make sure that we have two vehicles during that. Whether it's making sure that there's a vehicle here for my wife, or making sure that the kids can take the little car and go into the city, and we don't have to worry because we've got the van. So I think that's probably a wise thing to do. right now I'm the driver. I don't like it. That's just the way it is. At some point, probably in the next couple of years, I'm just going to have to stop driving. If I make it that long. Because I already see the writing on the wall. You know, I need to stop driving. I'm getting old. I'm not as quick as I used to be. Some days I have to drive 20 miles an hour slower because I am just not up to thinking that fast. Usually, when I'm taking my daughter to campus down at university, which is about a 40-minute, please do, Joey, please drive for me. Usually when I do that, I'm waking up after a 2-hour rest. Not really a nap. I just kind of lay there and nod off occasionally. So I feel pretty good doing that trip down there. And then when I get down there, I just kind of sit in the car and relax and rest. Watch a little Netflix or YouTube or something. And then I've got the energy to feel good about coming home. So I'm usually able to keep up and do a decent speed, a decent drive. But there are some days where all of a sudden I got to run out of the house and go do something, or go to work, or drive to the other end of town or something for something, or leave town for something unexpectedly. And I'm like, oh man, I just can't drive. It just hurts. Everything else hurts. Distracting. My body is distracting me so much that I can't give the road 100%, and that's not me. Driving is a privilege, and it's one of those very, very important things that we do, that we have to be mindful and respectful of, because we drive this big giant death machine. No matter how big it is, at any speed, it's a death machine. And I respect that, and that's why when I get to the point to where I know I shouldn't be driving anymore, I won't. If I'm ever intoxicated, I never drive. If I ever have one sip of booze, I don't even think about driving. That's it. I'm done. I've seen too many people come and go because somebody's taken a drink and gotten behind the wheel, right? And I don't need that. I don't need that in my life. My daughter knows. Anytime you're ever, I'm like, honey, you want to go for a drive tonight and you can drive it? She said, I can't. I had a cocktail with mom for dinner. And I'm like, oh, great. My wife is the same way, and I did that because that's just the way it is, In fact, that's when my daughter goes to jury duty. If they are doing a drunk driving case or drug-related case, my daughter simply has to say, in my family, once you put any amount of alcohol in your mouth, you're done driving. So as far as I'm concerned, if anybody has taken a drink and got behind the wheel, they're a drunk driver. Period. That's it. And they get you out of that court so quick, because the lawyers don't want to hear that. Defense attorneys don't want to hear that you're going to find them guilty no matter what, just because they smelled a drink. That's it. I'm sorry, but that's it. Same thing for if you're going to get loaded and get behind the wheel, same thing. You're an idiot. Somebody else should have been driving, or you should have just not driven, or maybe not getting loaded, right? So if there's no intelligence involved, you're guilty, flat out. So any other case, I would love to serve on a case in court. At least once. And I told my daughter that she should try to. But you can't be unbiased if that's if your beliefs say, nah, you're guilty. He's guilty. He drank and he drove. He's guilty. Yeah, but he tested this and he walked. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. It was only half a line of crank. You're done. It wasn't mine. Right. I just don't. When you see people die, when you see friends and family get killed because somebody just decided to drink, no, that's not good. And all it takes is common sense. All it takes is making a conscious choice to know in your heart that no matter what, you're not going to get behind the wheel. That's it. Well, I got to go get some more booze. I got to do this. Walk your ass to the fucking store and get your booze. And if not, fucking go to bed. Find something else to do. That's just the way it is, If you're out of your fucking crank or your bag of mushrooms or bag of heroin or whatever, if you train yourself, it don't matter how wasted you get, you're not going to get behind the wheel. He didn't even know he got behind the wheel. He was so wasted. You trained your mind so that even if you're completely destroyed, you're not going to get behind the wheel because it's your character not to. That's it. That's all there is to it. Most of these things are just a conscious choice. Of course, we want to blame them on addiction and all of these other things. And you can do that, but ultimately it comes down to you making a choice. That's it. You can choose to or choose not to. That's all. That's all she wrote, baby. Snoopy kisses. Sit up straight. Sheesh, Snoopy. I don't want to take the tags off, right? I probably should, off of Snoopy at least, because he's my Snoopy. I like the little thing on his head, so that I can dangle him. But, yeah, I don't know. I guess eventually I'll take the tags off. It's not like I'm going to sleep with him or anything, It would have to be bigger. If I had a big Snoopy pillow, I'd probably sleep with it. Totally. My dog would think it was weird. Why does the pillow have a face? Arr. Yeah, all right. It's 6 o'clock, so I can do another bong hit here. And then we're going to read from the TV guide, and we're going to do yesterday. In fact, let's go through the whole weekend up to today on one of these things and see what we get. And we'll pick out a TV show. Let's take Robert Urich. 1978. Robert Urich is on the cover for Vegas, the TV show. It was only like 10 years later that he found out that he had cancer. And then he did some stuff, and I remember him doing a thing, and then he was bald, completely fucking bald, shaved head with a wig on. Because that's the way it happened. So much of Hollywood dies of cancer, mainly because the industry it used to be so filled with toxins. You still haven't unpacked yet, Joey. Jeez. Well, stay packed so you can come back here and drive for me. Totally. 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 Steppenwolf. Steppenwolf. Is that like a biography, band biography? Where's my red pen? I guess I'll use this pink one. Totally. Oh, Steppenwolf. No, I have not. Permanent Waves. Rush. What was yesterday's album? It was a B, wasn't it? Crap. Blondie. Eat to the Beat. Eat to the Beat. Blondie. Ah, yeah, baby. I know there was a movie yesterday we were talking about, but I don't fucking remember. The book that had the band took its name from. Oh, the band the book took its name from. Okay. Okay, now we're cooking. Excellent. Most excellent. So let's see. 6, 7, no. Yeah. 8, 9, and 10. Friday will be the 10th. Blondie. See? Thank you for remembering. Did we have a movie yesterday? I think I've set something up there that all of a sudden we were talking about something, so that became the movie. I don't remember. I don't recall. So we got October 6 through 10, 2025. Episode 133 tomorrow. 134 Thursday, and episode 135 on Friday. There, we're caught up a little bit. I think the one thing I have to do by the end of by the end of this week, is get ink. Crap. Because I have to print out more pages for Video Time Machine, for Morning Show, and then I have to create a I have to put down some music, lyrics, chords. There's a couple of new songs that I need to print out. So I need to practice more of the Up on the Roof and listen to the music. The 2 new songs that I've been playing around with. So, yeah, baby. I haven't worn my teeth for 2 days because I've been trying to let my mouth heal. And it's healed up, but that bump's not going away. It still feels like there's something in there, a little something. So I'm just going to have to let it rub and rub and rub and blister and pop and squirt that little piece of bone out or whatever needs to happen. Because I have to put my teeth in today. I have to eat. Yesterday I ate literally a bowl of cereal made with milk, hot cereal made with milk, like 35 tortellinis, probably 30 tortellinis, little cheese pasta things, another cup of milk, and some chocolate chip cookies, like 2-3 chocolate chip cookies, and then another cup of milk and a cinnamon muffin. I'm going to get diabetes because a lot of the stuff I eat is just loaded with sugar. So I'm going to put my teeth in today and try to eat actual food, some tacos, cheeseburgers, something. But I'm going to schedule like 2 meals, like within hours of each other, so that if my teeth start to fuck with me, I can take them out. But I'm just going to put them in the next day and just keep putting them in. And if they hurt, they hurt. If they, make my gums bleed, then so fucking be it. I got to get them in. I can't keep starving to death like this. My daughter's like, that's not enough calories. That's not good. Your brain's going to shrivel up first. I mean, yeah, my body's eating itself. It's eating my organs first. My body's like going into shutdown mode, just trying to preserve certain parts, right? And just giving up on others. Parallel Lines album. Good stuff, totally. Blondie. Yeah, I was a Blondie fan back in the 70s. Hearing her stuff on the radio. And the fact that they had punk band origins. They still are, they were more punk on stage than they were in the studio. So, that was neat. I wish I could have seen them in concert. Yeah, totally. From punk to pop, the Blondie story. She did a documentary thing, a autobiographical thing on Blondie. I can't remember what channel it was. It was probably Netflix, but it could have been Prime or something. That was pretty cool, where she talked about the whole origin of Blondie, which was fascinating stuff. So fascinating. Jeez, Joey. Well, good night, Joey. I know you're probably good nighted already, but dang it, dude, take care of yourselves. You gotta take care of yourself, man. Because if we don't take care of yourself, then who will? Nobody, that's who. Believe me. When it comes right down to it, you gotta take care of yourself, because nobody else is gonna give a shit. Nobody's gonna care about you more than you will. Right? So you have to. You just have to. Debbie Harry. Totally. She was great. She did a bunch of acting, right, back in the 80s and 90s. Got into that acting thing like a lot of celebrities do. Try to cross over. It wasn't really good. She wasn't successful. She wasn't an actress. She looked the part, but she couldn't act to save her life. Really. I didn't find anything appealing about her acting. Now, her on stage as a singer, hell yeah. You know. I didn't want to hear her spout politics, but I'll definitely, you know, especially if she's on stage to sing, I don't want to hear that crap. You know. Just sing your song. You know, spouting politics on stage, that to me, that's not really punk. Screaming about it in a song, that's punk. But, you know, urging people to vote and to protest and that kind of stuff, that's hippie shit. That ain't punk. That's hippie shit. What are you, John Denver? Come on, Mama Cass Elliot. I don't want to hear that. Just play the music. If you're an actor, just act the scene. You know, don't try to cross over into politics. Cross over into music if you must, but you know, don't use your celebrity status to become political, right? Use your celebrity status to change the fucking world, but not politically. Stay away from politics. Politics only corrupts. And that's what's wrong with the democracy, with the government in this country, is that there's too much bureaucracy, too much bullshit, too much nepotism, too much drain on the tax dollar, right? There's just too much. And we don't get enough back. We get screwed. There's not enough citizen oversight in government. There needs to be organizations of regular average people that get swapped out every year, because after a while you get kind of jaded and you kind of fall in for the bullshit. So you need to get the fuck out of there. You need to bring in a new citizen oversight committee to go in, and every city, every town, every state, every county should have citizen oversight, and they should look into every single aspect of anything government related, local, state, or federal. There should be people, groups of people, look, why is this happening? Why did this person not go to court? Why are they still serving on the board? Why are they still doing this? How did you let this, you know, there should be people asking questions constantly, making sure that the bad shit don't happen again. And there's a lot of bad shit that happens. And there needs to be somebody going through files and looking at things and saying, why are these documents sealed? What is going on? Okay, well, I have clearance. I'm the one person in the oversight committee that has clearance to look at this shit. So you must show me, I'm a retired Marine colonel. You have to show me this. I have government clearance. That's what we need. We need citizens who have been through the shit and who know better. We need citizens who are like, I'm just a regular person, but this don't look good to me. Show me how this is supposed to be good. And we don't have enough. We have no citizen oversight in this country. And that's scary. That scares the fuck out of me. That the government just runs itself. And they don't have to. They can just say, no, national security. And they just don't have to tell us. So much about our government is secret. And that's fucking scary. And we let it go so far that now we got armed, masked terrorists roaming the streets in the name of our government, harassing its own people. And anyone in this country deserves the respect to be called America's people. If we can't take care of the people within our borders, no matter who they are, where the fuck they come from, who are we as fucking people anyway? I'm so devastated by all of the bullshit. And it would be handled with citizen oversight. Get people in there, regular people, school teachers, doctors, and mothers and fathers and businessmen and, guys who mow lawns. Get them in there. Let them serve for 2 years. 1 year learning what the fuck they're supposed to be looking for, right? And serving their country and their state as just a citizen, helping out. And then they spend a year in oversight and watching. Oh man, we could fix so much just with citizen oversight. Everybody should, in order to vote, just like Robert Heinlein, in order to vote, you have to serve your country. You have to do some kind of service for your country, right? Even if it just means being a social worker or being an administrator, being a fucking street sweeper, right? Something in service for your country. You get paid for 2 years. You get paid a salary for 2 years to go in and learn stuff and do stuff for your country. And then your last year of service is oversight. And you spend a year in oversight. And then once you graduate from that, after school, you're now able to take a career, right? And also, you're able to vote. And now, voting actually means something. Because right now, voting don't mean shit. It doesn't. I wish it did. I always have high hopes in this country for the way things should be. And it never turns out that way. We're always getting the short end of the dipstick. It fucking sucks. It sucks because people don't care enough. They say they care. Well, I pay taxes and I go to church and then I help out. But what do you really do? Do you question authority? Because that's the real issue. Is we need to question authority. And we need to oversight on authority. Because we give them that authority over us. And if they're going to have that authority, that power, like judges, then we need to be in their faces all the time. We need to be looking at if they work for us, all right, we need to know what they're doing all the time. They don't have a personal life. If they're in the service of the people, they have no personal life. You can't put on a robe and go out and judge people and then take your robe off and then go do weird stuff. No. You have to have a moral code and you have to be beholden to the people, an upstanding human. And if you can't do that, you have no job, no reason to put on the robe. You have no reason to be in service of the people if we can't know what you are doing all the time. Once you're done with that, your life is then again private. But when you are in service of the people, you have no private life. Your life belongs to the people. That's what you're doing. Yeah. There's so many things that are fucked up with this country, and we allow them to be fucked up because we just get so complacent and we start believing the bullshit. We just keep drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm over it. I'm over people just being stupid for no reason. That's what I was taught. Dude, you know in your heart that it's wrong, but you're just going to say, well, that's what I was taught. That's what I'm do. That's what I'm going to do. At some point in your life, you know that the things that your parents were teaching you was wrong. You know in your heart that the racism that was being burned into you since you were a little kid, right? At some point in your life, you're going to recognize that you're wrong. And you just found your humanity, right? Until then, you're just, don't even talk to me about it. You need to just stay the fuck away until you figure it out. And everybody knows at some point, even the baddest of the bad, the worst of the worst, they see a reflection of themselves and they have to look away. Because for a brief instant, they realize that they're doing wrong. They're a bad person. And they need to take advantage of that. Because, you see a glimpse of humanity there, and you just shy away from it. I have waking nightmares where in my head I'm screaming at people and having like a full-on conversation in my head. Not just me talking to myself, but an actual visual image of somebody bullying me and me trying to protect myself from that, right? Like waking nightmares. Because I will get like all worked up about something and allow it to manifest a dream of something that could happen, right? And that scares me. Because the way I react scares the hell out of me. I don't want to react like that. I don't want to be that scary guy. I just want people to be smart and happy and healthy and to be nice to each other. That's all I want, Peace and love and understanding. Can we not get there? Hello? How long has it been? How long is it going to be? How long is it going to take us to get there? Where people are just going to give a shit. Because hating is a lot harder to do than loving. It takes up so much energy to hate. It don't take no energy to love. It creates energy. Yeah. Fucking A. There's just so many people out in the world that just want to hate. And they want to because they could make a conscious effort not to hate. But it makes them feel so good to put all of this energy into anger and hate and loathing and violence and destruction, Even if they don't lift a hand, there's still violence and destruction involved. Violent speech, destroying people's inner workings with your hate. Oh. Fucking bullies, man. They come out of nowhere. They're fucking bullies everywhere. Fucking everywhere. And our government's full of them. Just fucking full of bullies. And then sycophants and people who just hangers on. Ooh, I want to be around this bully. You know? God, get a spine. America needs to get a fucking spine and take this fucking country over from these assholes. You know? Stand up, walk in there and sit the fuck down and say, nah, this is my fucking country. This is my building. My family name paid for this with its life of devotion to this country. So no, I own this building. This building is by the people, for the people. So until I can go in and speak my piece, I ain't fucking leaving. You know, well, it's a violent protest. Fuck you. Not if everybody comes in every day and does it. A constant flow of people coming in and sitting down and saying, we want to be heard. We want this to change. If you do that every day, all day, they're going to close the place up or they're going to let you be heard. We can't get anything done, so we're just all going to go on vacation for a week, right? And keep doing it. And then just show up. And just keep showing up. Flood the place. Take a typewriter, write an actual letter, lick an envelope, address it, mail it to them. If everybody in this country did that, wrote 10 letters, right, and sent them to various people in the government, telling them what the fuck is wrong and what's going on and what you want out of them, things will change. We don't do that anymore. People are lazy. There's no fucking balls left in this country anymore, right? It's a country full of fucking pussies. You know, and then the other end of it are a bunch of violent fucking meatheads who just want to go out there and drink energy drinks and fucking beat people up. You know, drive fast and act stupid and be violent. You know, the government's full of them. You know, a lot of them wear uniforms. Believe me, I know. I live in an area where there's less brains and more bronze. That's it. There you go. And people who are just so easy to say, yes, sir. Question authority. It's your right. That ain't a privilege, it's a right. It's your right to know what the fuck is going on. Get a fucking lawyer and figure it out. Get a lawyer and figure out how you can peacefully protest and make changes in your government to make it more about the people and less about the government and businesses, corporations, because that's where it's going. Pretty soon they will be selling the air that you breathe back to you. There'll be an air tax. In order to have clean air, you're going to have to pay a tax. What? So you tax us to dirty the air, and then you're going to tax us to clean it, and then you're not really going to clean it. All you're going to do is try to pollute a little less. What a bunch of bullshit this fucking whole entire planet has become. A bunch of fucking assholes and idiots. Beholden to assholes and idiots. You know, where do we go from here? It can't get better at this point. If it just keeps going downhill, well, how's it going to get better? Especially if people can just sit and fucking swipe. They just do this all day, every fucking day. Most of the humans on this planet now just fucking sit and swipe. You know? I apologize to those people who try to call me or text me and I don't get back to them because my phone is in the other room or under a pillow or turned off or something, because it's just not my thing to sit and fucking swipe. You know, I get done here with this YouTube shit, I turn my computers off. Leave my phones over here plugged in, charging, and then just go about my business, you know, because my business is not making their business by swiping and apping and all that bullshit. Wake up, people. If that's what you do, if your entertainment is sitting there fucking swiping, they got you. And where they got you, you ain't got none left anymore, because they got them. You know, people will get on there and scream and do this and that, and then they'll sit and wait for how many likes they get and post and shares. And that's not it either, man. It's not about that. It's not about falling victim to their fucking game. It's making it our game again. That's what it is. It's not trying to figure out how to play their game. It's canceling their fucking game and starting our own game, you know? And our game should be, first and foremost, removal. Removal of the bullshit. Removal of people from office. Removal of laws and rules and regulations that are designed to protect those said fucking people. We need to fucking make a change. And we can do it with law, and we can do it with peaceful protest. We can do it by flooding their fucking offices and Capitol buildings with just so much fucking paper, right? So much paper, so much email traffic, right? So many phone calls. And do it the old-fashioned way. Because they've set up the new way so they don't have to respond. You know, and the way the new way is, we don't even try to make it. We don't even have any clout. We put forth the effort to make a change anymore. We don't care. I'm going to sit here and swipe. Ooh, I can join a group that's against the things that I'm against, and that's going to help the world. No, it's not. What, a bunch of you sitting making posts and griping about shit? How does that change the world? And they don't fucking, there's going to be a protest here. Well, good. Because eventually there won't be any protests anywhere. They're just canceling that shit out. Because people are too fucking stupid to protest peacefully anymore. And it's real easy to just insert a couple of assholes to fuck shit up. You know? And if the peaceful protesters aren't going to stop somebody and hold them down and hold them, citizen's arrest. He just threw a rock at this guy, hit him in the head. He just threw a rock and broke that window. This guy here, citizen's arrest. No, here's your picture. You're done. Take off that mask. Let me see your face. Oh, what? You're a cop? You're a soldier? What? What is this? Well, how come you're doing this? I see. Some fucked up shit going on in this country, and we're just letting it happen. We just let it happen. Let it happen, baby. I'm just so frustrated. Bong it. Go tell it on the mountain. Hey, go ahead. Nobody's going to listen. I'm used to nobody listening. I'm used to nobody to talk to. That's why I started doing this. At one point in my life, I had been completely betrayed by somebody who I trusted and let into my home and took care of. Spent thousands of dollars taking care of this person, and then they completely stabbed me in the back and betrayed me. Ran off, and so I needed to have something. Some kind of something, right? And so I started this morning show and just started talking, right? And I can't imagine not doing this. At some point, this will all come to an end, right? But for right now, I can't imagine not doing this. Because I can't do this normally in my normal life. I can't just sit and talk to somebody. Nobody wants to hear what I got to say. Nobody in my home, nobody in my town, none of my friends. Nobody wants to hear what I have to say. Because a lot of it is kind of kooky and convoluted. I don't have any hard line beliefs, right? I'm a staunch, Christian and Republican. I'm not. I'm none of that. Everybody wants to come and say, oh, you're a liberal, or oh, you're one of those, or oh, you're that. And it's like, dude, take your label and stick it up your ass. I don't fucking do labels. There's the trash man. I don't do names. You call me whatever you want. Militant, revolutionary, be like, that really fits. I'm a fuck you, I'm me guy. That's who I am. So when people want to come and put labels on me because that's how they see me, or more importantly, that's how they've been programmed to see people, is by putting labels on them, right? Take off the labels. Wear a T-shirt instead. No. My only label is, well, I have several labels, I guess, that are mandatory, right? I'm a human. I'm a human that tries to be intelligent. I'm a human that tries to care. I try to be kind. You know, those are about the only labels that I care to be recognized by. You know, I'm a man. I'm a human. You know, I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm a student of life. But you know, are those labels, or those are just adjectives? Those are just things that describe me. That's it. You know, I mean, I'm just here. And labels are so that people higher up, the powers that be, can categorize you and catalog you and then use you, you know, find the demographic that they want. I don't need to be a fucking number. I don't need to be on a graph, you know. No. Take that shit and shove it up your ass. Take this job and shove it. I'm done with it. But what is that? It doesn't get us anywhere to have labels. It profits somebody. Somebody gets something out of it by us having all these fucking labels to divide us. Well, you're one of those. Well, I'm one of these. Big fucking deal. I'm none of that. I am fucking none of that. I'm a human. That's it. Don't fucking tell me I'm a Democrat or a Republican or a conservative or a liberal or a this or a that. I'm not that. You know, if you want to wear a fucking label, go for it. You know, be programmed. And that's all it is. You're programmed to believe that wearing this label somehow makes you better. Right? Well, I'm a this. Well, good for you. I'm so happy for you. So what does that mean? How does that even, what? So that makes you a better worker? Right? Does that make you a better parent, a better friend, a better citizen? Does it make you an upstanding? No, it doesn't do a fucking thing for you. It just gives you a label, a place in society. This is where I belong. Take your label and shove it. Fucking labels. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Most of my life, the bullies have been those trying to put labels on me, or using their labels to lord themselves over me. Right? Well, I'm a teacher. I'm a person of authority. I'm a cop. I'm a judge. Or using their earned label to gouge you for a whole lot of money that they don't really deserve, right? But because they have a special label, they somehow need to profit more off of us. Doctors and lawyers and such. You know, what happened when all of a sudden there were no Doc Bakers anymore? There were no doctors who were just doctors to help people. Now there are doctors to help themselves. I'm going to get rich. I'm going to be rich. I'm going to get me a wife and a fancy house, and I'm going to go play golf, and I'm going to do all that. You know, it's like their goal is not to help people. Their goal is to use this job to reach this, right? It used to be people went to medical school because they wanted to help people. People got into politics because they wanted to help their town. They wanted to help their community. They wanted to help their county, their state, right? They wanted to do something positive for their country. And it's like now it's all about the money. How much money can I profit off these fucking poor little stupid dumbasses? You know, quite a lot now. You can profit quite a bit now off of our stupid slave fucking asses. I'm going to heat up my coffee here. I'll be back. all these things that are put upon us so that they can then turn them against us, right? Politics, religion, education. They force us to have these things, and then they use them against us. They force us to have health insurance, right? And then in order to keep your health insurance, you have to abide by certain rules, right? You have to get vaccine. Well, it comes vaccine time, you have to take your vaccine because our medical insurance says that you ought to get your vaccine. So if you're at work and the boss comes in and says, all right, HR says that everybody's got to get vaccinated because the insurance wants to keep it a healthy workplace. It's like, you know what? Fuck, I ain't taking your vaccine. Fuck you. Well, it's a flu vaccine. You got to take it. Everybody takes flu vaccine. Not everybody. Only fucking programs people do. You know? No. How about we just teach our people to eat healthy and be healthy and do healthy stuff and not stay under fluorescent lamps for 12 hours a day. And then you will have less sickness. Stop selling us processed garbage. And then we won't need a medical healthcare industry. When did things fucking change to where it was just all about making the insurance companies money and us just being a product, right? For them. When I want to be a small town in the middle of nowhere who pays for a young doctor's education and has him come into town and work with an older doctor who really knows his shit. And that will be our medical team, right? I want to pay our town to send a couple of people to some academies to really learn police procedures and stuff, old school, and then have them work with an old police officer to become our sheriffs and deputies, right? Same thing with the community infrastructure. Everything should be brought into the future, but old school style, you know? Have a town where you actually have landlines and telephones and infrastructure, you know, a real down-to-earth community with real people doing real stuff for real reasons, right? Because you don't get that anymore. Every once in a while you see a farmer's market or a little community swap meet or something pop up, and that's about as real as it gets anymore. Seriously, everything else is just so fucking fake. So totally fake. I just want, man, win me, you know, $1 billion, and we'll buy a little town somewhere, and we will develop it old school style. And everything in it will be of the past. Every home, every business, every factory, everything that happens in that community doesn't exceed the 1980s or mid-90s, right? But we stay in an era culturally but morally as well, right? And I'm not saying, well, what, you're not going to let the gays and LGBTQ elemental P's in there? No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that we need to rethink stuff. And the best way to do that is go back and start from scratch and then rework things, right? Real schools. But starting from back there and trying to change things anew. Like I've always preached, man, it starts with the kids, and it starts in their kindergarten and preschool. And the first few years of their schooling should be peace and love and understanding and caring and taking care of each other and nurturing and, you know, how to grow a garden and how to raise a puppy and baby kittens and animals and how to take care of a sick mother or father or brother or sister or something, right? Teach them that first, along with the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, and you know what? And then a half dozen years of hard teaching, and then deciding, you know what, I want to get into this, so I'm going to take these high school classes, which are going to eventually lead to this college course or this trade school, so that when I graduate high school, I'm a this or a that, you know. And then, ooh, I want to be a parent. Okay, well, take a couple of years and go into parenting, and you get a certificate on parenting, and now you can be a parent. You can raise 2 kids of your own, and you can adopt as many as you can handle, right? You get out of high school or out of college, and then you spend 2 years in the service, which means being a street sweeper or a soldier, and anything in between. And now you can vote. And you've been educated on how to vote and why you're voting and what it means to vote, right? And then we have politicians who have been through this, who know that their first duty is to take care of the citizens, not the country, but the citizens, which is the country. So the first job is to take care of the government. No. That's self-serving and egotistical. Let's make it taking care of the people first. That's what drives the government. Well, no, not anymore. Of course, the government is what drives the government. We just pay the bills. We just keep their lights on, like idiots. It's like having that asshole relative of ours living in our guest house under our authority, and we're paying for all of their utilities and paying for their food and everything, right? That's what the government is. They're like that asshole relative that we don't want, but they're living in our guest house, and we're footing the whole bill, and we can't control a thing that they do. They crank the music all night long. They throw wild parties. They run up bills, but we have to pay for it all because they're a relative, you know. And we have to pay for it all because they're the government, and we're beholden to them because why? We have the authority to say, get the fuck out of the guest house, motherfucker. No, I ain't paying for your shit anymore. No, you need to do something for us rather than do stuff for yourself, because the government is self-serving. So it just does stuff for itself, and we keep footing the bill like idiots. We keep their lights on for them. Morons. We're idiots. All you got to do is march in there, sit the fuck down, and say, okay, here's how it needs to change. All right, we'll pick you up and throw you in jail, and you can bail out. But then here comes the next wave, and the next wave, and the next wave, and they keep bringing more and more and more people and changes. Here are our list of changes. We want to be heard. Voting. Everybody should do a write-in and nominate themselves, because they should be in charge. Each individual, we should all be in charge. Everyone, half of this country or more, should write in themselves on the ballot. Period. If you can't write in yourself, then write in your spouse and they write you in. Write in your brother and their brother writes you in. Whatever. Do that. And they're pretty soon everybody's going, what the fuck is going on? The people need to take over again. Right? It's been a long time. It's been a long time. If it's ever been. If it's ever been. Oh, here come the comments. Here come the comments. Somebody commented on a female drummer, right, for Rush. And I want to hear her interpretation of, and I'm like, why would she have to interpret anything? The music she's a quite competent musician. The music is all on the pages. All she has to do is read the music and play it. Why would she have to interpret anything, right? What kind of male chauvinism is that because she's a girl? One guy was like, how dare they put a woman on his throne? It's like him, he, and her. It's like, give me a break. Get over yourselves. I'm happy that they decided to come out of retirement. I thought I'd never get to see those two guys. I'd love to see all three of them. If they say she's the drummer they want, who are we to fucking sit back and go, well, fuck you. Bunch of fucking selfish, self-righteous pussies, I'm just wondering what this guy, Sid, has to say, what he should say is, you know what, you're right. She should be quite able to deal with whatever they throw at her. And if not, why would they have gotten her in the first place? You know, this is male chauvinism to think, well, that she's a girl, and you know, she's not that kind of drummer. She's this kind of drummer. Dude, if she's a drummer and she went to school on how to drum, she can read fucking sheet music. What the fucking problem? You know, what's the fucking problem? And why would she have to interpret anything? You know, and you know. So she plays a different genre, a different style of music. Big fucking deal. She's a musician. She can play whatever's on the fucking page. Right? And if not, why would they have gotten her? You know, yeah, of course she can fucking play. I'm hoping I eat today. The last 2 days have just been those tortellinis and muffins and not much. Armchair quarterback drummers. There you go. Armchair air drummers that, you know, that think that they know. She's never going to be able to do that Tom Sawyer thing. Fuck you. She's a girl, man. She doesn't have the competence. She doesn't have she doesn't have the stamina, man. What? Right? I don't get what people are coming from. You know, we're going to hear so much crap from the peanut gallery. Sorry. About, you know, why we think that she shouldn't be, why we think that this person over here should have been, how come they didn't do this or that, right? It's like, well, first of all, it ain't got nothing to do with you. It has to do with Rush. It has to do with Alex and Getty. That's it. It has nothing to do with us. If we want to go see them, then it has something to do with us. Otherwise, man, shut the fuck up. Let them do their fucking thing. They want to come out of retirement and play because they're musicians and they want to play, right? Let them fucking play. Who are you to crawl up their ass and tell them what to fucking do? Fucking parasite. Get out of their ass. Leave them alone. Jeez Louise. Armchair quarterback drummers indeed. Oh, I gotta load some bong hits here because, man, they got me riled. They got me fucking so riled. And I'm just gonna stay here until I hear the house wake up for good. I mean, like, really good. And then we'll see what happens. I think we got to go clean a house today. I'm not going to take a nap today. I'm just going to stay awake. Because if I take a nap, then I'll probably miss the house. And I don't want to do that. Because I gotta participate. So, I'll probably do that. And maybe go check another house to make sure that it's recovered from the tile work that was done. And it looks really good. It was too expensive. The guy overcharged. And they took too long to just get it done, right? Well, what about this? Oh, I'll come back and do that. What about this? Oh, I'll come back and do that. It's like, just get it fucking done the first time, man. What are you? You know? Are you slow? Yeah. Yeah, I know. Armchair quarterback tile guys. I know tile. I've done tile. It's hard. But if you're good at it, it ain't that fucking hard. Just do it and get it over with. And why you got to overcharge? Well, because it's tile work, man. It's important. Well, yeah. People who overcharge is because, well, that's what everybody else is charging. Yeah, but everybody else charges this because everybody else charges this. And then when everybody else charges this because everybody else charges this, it just keeps going up. That's why you got eBay pricing, right? I'm going to go on eBay and say, let's see what this is worth. Well, mine looks better than that, so I'm going to charge this much for it. It's like, dude, but it wasn't worth that in any condition. And now you're going to charge more so that somebody else comes along and says, I want to see what this is. I'm at a swap meet and I want to see what this is worth. Oh, look, this guy on eBay says that it's worth this, so I'm going to buy it for this. Or you're at swap meet selling stuff and it's like, well, how much am I going to sell this for? Well, on eBay they say it's this, so I'm going to sell it for that. What are you, stupid? You got a swap meet. Sell for swap meet prices. If not, go get yourself an antique store and open your own fucking place. Antique store prices at a swap meet? I want to have some meat on the bone. I want to buy something at the swap meet that I can actually profit from. You know? If not, put that shit in a fucking store and put a fucking big old label on it. It's an old piece of shit, but I'm going to charge an arm and a leg for it. Gosh, I want that. I'm going in. Cover me. That's it. Right there. Oh, shit. All I did was look at the TV guide. I never got into it. What the hell is up with that? I know why. Because I am totally spaced out between the nightmares and not sleeping and being frustrated with my body and the world. It's a wonder I haven't lost my mind. I was talking to my daughter the other day, coming home from school, explaining to her how pain can start to make you lose your mind, right? And how I'm feeling it, right? I feel like I'm starting to lose my mind. I told her that my only saving grace is that I kind of went into this whole losing my mind thing already having lost my mind. So it's not a far trip. Is that Warren Beatty on the cover? No, that was Robert Urich. Robert Urich there. The Yerg, Robert Urich. Vegas, 1978. Totally. Yeah. Pardon me, I was just trying real hard not to slip into depression. Yeah. It's getting harder and harder to stay in reality and not just drift off somewhere where I'm just not here, right? Because more and more I find that the world sucks, right? It's not the world that I wanted. Totally forgotten about him. That's because he died of cancer in the mid-90s. He was just gone. It was only 1 minute he was there all over TV and movies, and then he was just gone. Right? Just gone. I'm all over, YouTube every morning here. And then one day I'll just be gone. And all of this shit will just be left. And then it'll get swept away somewhere. YouTube can't last forever. My stuff won't be on here forever, right? I'm always in depression. There you go. That's why I smoke pot. Because it helps me can just not give a fuck about the depression. I'm always depressed, but I just don't care as much anymore. It's like, you know what? You can't have a hold on me. You want to be there, fine, be there, but you don't have a hold on me anymore. I can acknowledge you and wallow in it, or I can just say, fuck you, depression, get away from me. And then just get high and get into something and stay busy doing something, playing the guitar and making videos or just playing around with all of this vintage crap, right? It's just all distractions to keep me away from my own issues and inner demons and inner pains and turmoils and shit, right? It's all just distractions. That's all I can do is distract myself from what's going on. YouTube I love YouTube as well. It's given me a voice. It's given me a voice to the whole world. It's possible for most of the planet to hear me and to hear what I have to say sitting here. It doesn't happen that way. On occasion, I'll get a half a dozen or more viewers live. And then, sometimes I'll get a bunch of post-live viewers watching stuff, and that gets, the numbers get kind of high. But there's the potential for anyone on the planet to hear me and to see me. And that's what's neat about YouTube. No matter what your message is, as far as I'm concerned, as long as it's a positive one, then you should try to get it out there. And if YouTube or any of these other platforms can help you do it, do it. You know, I don't use any other platforms. I'm on Instagram and TikTok, but I only use Facebook and YouTube. Because what I need is a personal assistant that takes care of all of those things for me, so that I can get on and do my live show, and my personal assistant is there putting everything, sharing videos, moving things around, giving me a larger audience, right? I would love to have that type of personal assistant. I almost want to recruit my daughter over the summer after she gets out of school, before she starts getting into what am I going to do with my life? Where am I going to work? What kind of slave job am I going to get? I want her to have the ability to think outside the box and create her own position in the world and get paid to do something that she likes to do. Period. So if I can help by making her my personal assistant for 2 months, where she does all of these things for me every day, and that's her job, right? And then uses that as part of her reference, right? As part of her resume. Sure. You know, I spent 6 months or 2 months or whatever being a personal assistant to a YouTuber and his dog walker and his shopper and his driver, right? My favorite thing on YouTube is music or live music concerts. Oh yeah, I love that too. I love finding vintage and retro stuff from the past, and YouTube is fun for that. Really, you can find almost anything you want. Learning, if I'm struggling to learn how to strum or pick something, I'll look it up on YouTube, how to play this song, and then watch a couple of videos, and then go, ooh, that works for me, right? I don't like his voice. I can't watch this video, right? Yeah, YouTube is pretty cool. YouTube is pretty cool. You know what? If we had more people just doing regular stuff on YouTube, that would be great. A personal assistant, if I could get her to be a personal assistant for 2 to 6 months or something, and have a series of jobs that she does every day to take care of her employer, then how easy would it be for her to then transfer that into an actual position, right? And create a position for herself, so that she can not only do something that feels good and is her, and gives her the time to be herself and do her own thing, but it also gives her the ability to travel, right? I think I'm really going to try to work my daughter into that kind of thing, so that she can become a personal assistant, dog walker, driver, cook, and traveling companion, right? For somebody, professional somebody, or a celebrity, or a band member, or an actual band, or whatever, right? But somebody that she wants to work for. Not just like, well, I got to settle for this job. Or you work in McDonald's. I'm the manager, but, it's McDonald's. Her bachelor degree should get her in the door, and her competence should get her the rest. You need a nurse. You need to stop nursing the model. You need a nurse. I need a nurse. I need a walker and a nurse and a guide dog. boy. Ba-dum-bum. No, really. I think that would be right up her alley. A laid-back job where she's kind of on a free-floating schedule, and she does the things that she likes to do, and she gets to learn new stuff and travel places and hang out with dogs, right? That would be great. That would be great. And then if she ever had a significant other, which I don't claim to know about any of that, but you know, you could do a team, and that would be neat. Like a tag team personal assistant, you know. I've got to reserve a bunch of stuff for the upcoming trip. Can you walk the dog? Yeah, I'll walk the dog. All right. Somebody's on call at night. Somebody's on call during the day. You know, that would be neat. I'd like to do that. That would be fun. You know, I would take certain jobs, and my wife would take certain jobs, and we would be kind of like personal assistants. You know, taking care of certain things. Okay, it's my day to cook, so I'm going to cook, you know, what's on the menu. I'm going to turn this on here real quick. And turn that up so that we've got a sound buffer. A little bit of white noise to laser tag expert. That's what I could do. Yeah. A nurse and a laser tag expert. You hang out with those two people all day long and you're set. You know. You get lasered into eyeball and the nurse can take care of you. You fall over in a drunken stupor and knock your teeth out. Well, there you go. She can take you to the dentist. Totally. Hell yeah. Oh man. Oh man. I am so... that just... worried and frustrated and depressed, angry. Just get angry at the world. Have to get some Snoopy kisses. Totally. Something's gotta give, baby. Something's gotta give. I don't know what. I think I'm busy today. I think I've got a few things to do today, so once again, I'm not going to be able to sit here and organize stuff. I'm getting there, though. This wall over here this area is somewhat organized. But that's about it. Just somewhat. Yeah. Totally. Yeah. I don't know if I'm on or off. I guess I'm off. All right, people. I guess I'm going to get out of here for the morning because I want to eat breakfast and then get my act together to go do stuff. And maybe I can get a few things done around here this morning before I go out. So, fingers crossed. I will be back. I will be back bright and early in the morning. Once again, at 5 a.m. I'll be here. Pre-show starts about 4:30. So join me, and we will vent more about what's going on in the world. hopefully get into an October mood. It's been sad situation. It is. Hopefully we'll get into an October feeling around here. Get some fall stuff going on, and I wish I had a Snoopy costume. That would be great. I could do that. Like a bearded Snoopy. That'd be too weird. I don't know. I think I'm just going to do a trucker. A 70s trucker. Mac. Alright, people, take care of yourselves. Be nice to each other. Spread peace and love, not bullshit. Right? Go out into the world today and do something for yourself. But do something for somebody else too. Why? Because it makes you feel good. It makes somebody else feel good. It makes the world a better place. Makes you a better person. Keeps you from getting the heebity-jeebities. I have to click this thing again. Alright? But it's muy importante. Take care of each other. Right? You gotta do that. It's nice. Go out and ask somebody, hey, how you doing today? Sorry is the hardest word. Because we shouldn't have to say it. We should avoid saying sorry by thinking before we do stuff. That's it. Alright, people, love you. Most especially, stay weird, because if you ain't weird, ain't nobody gonna be weird for you. You gotta put in the effort. You gotta do the work. Alright? Hi, how you doing? You feeling alright? Hey, that's good. Me? Oh, thanks. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I'm not feeling too good today. I'm kind of out of it. That's all it takes is a little hi, how are you? How you doing? The world would be a better place. Love you. Take care. Stay weird. I will be back tomorrow. And, yeah. Oh, yeah. Adios.